I'm Tom Thumb from Pittstown, New Jersey. When I'm not working in the garden, I'm checking out idiotic ramblings on Life is Good. Come on.
I want you guys to look at that. Oh my word. Nice big pork butt, letting it rest. Put a little Bad Brian's butt rub on there. Half a bottle of beer. In the crock pot for 8 hours, man. We'll be ready to pick that apart and make some barbecue pulled pork for the 4th. Woo! Happy 4th of July. Let's go talk weight ratings of half-ton trucks. Okay, guys, let's talk about this big, beautiful half-ton Chevrolet pickup truck, 2019, 6.2 liter 10-speed automatic, and why it's not enough truck to pull this little camper. Now, we're going to get into that, why we think that's not enough truck, okay? So we'll go through this whole process. Now, as an over-the-road truck driver, I see a lot of people pull a lot more camper with a lot less vehicle. I've seen people pull campers 4 and 5 feet longer than this one with a Nissan Pathfinder. Yes, this truck can pull that without any sweat at all. In fact, I'm about to show you some tickets here, which would have made a good video. My nephew and I, we went out about 10:30 the night before last and pulled this thing down the road to test out our new Hinsley Hitch that we installed and to get some good baseline weights. And we put it up on the cat scale 3 times and scaled everything out. And this is where we're going to get our numbers from. So I went with the Hinsley Hitch. If you guys never seen anything about Hinsley, look it up on YouTube. It is an amazing hitch. It does everything that they say it will do and then some. Because years ago I had a 29-foot toy hauler, which is why I didn't buy a toy hauler this time. Is because I made the mistake of buying this half-ton grocery getter, and then I went and bought a camper. Because when I bought the truck, I didn't have anything to pull, and I haven't had a camper in 5 or 6 years. So therefore, I didn't need the big diesel and the big maintenance headaches and blah blah blah. So we bought a half-ton grocery getter with that monster 6.2 liter engine that will do more than pull a lawnmower and go to Walmart and get groceries. As you can see, I got a car hauler back there. That's the only thing I had to pull at the time I bought this truck, and that truck will more than pull this camper. Pulling is not the issue. So the issue is, this is our first weigh right here. This is our bobtail. That 3,240 pounds is the weight of our steer axle. The 2,640 pounds is the weight of our rear axle of the truck. The 7,260 pounds is the trailer's weight altogether. The trailer's empty weight was supposed to be 6,560 pounds. The trailer's tongue weight was supposed to be 648 pounds, right? And once we get that on the scale, maybe we'll put these tickets in the corner of the video there so you can see them. I don't know if you can see that or not. So there's the truck, 3240, 2640, and then the camper, 7260. Now, just to give you an idea of baseline numbers for the truck has a gross vehicle weight rating of 7,100 pounds. The gross vehicle weight rating of what it can do plus pull is 15,000 pounds combined. The gross vehicle axle rating is 3,800 pounds with a tongue weight of 930 pounds. So you would think that this trailer, which is empty weight of 6,560 pounds with a tongue weight of 648 pounds, would be fine. Well, the tongue weight is incorrect on the trailer. Let's go do some math on that, and I'll be right back to show you what our added weight was. Okay, now, so once we got baseline weight of the truck and the camper on the cat scale completely separated. That's what we got. Then we hooked it back up, put the trailer back on the truck, scaled it, and it gave us a 1,080 pounds of tongue weight. 1,080. I remember the camper said only had 648 pound tongue weight. A hitch is about 60 pounds. So we went up with 1,080 pounds of tongue weight. So what that did, without any distribution bars, it put us at 3,100 on our steer axle and 3,860 on our drive axle. Now remember, our original empty weight was 3,240 on the steer and 2,640 on the drive. So we took weight off the steer because of the down pressure of the tongue and put all the weight on the rear drive axle, which was 3,860. Now our gross vehicle weight rating of our axles is only 3,800 pounds according to the sticker inside the door. So that throws our rear axle weight rating over weight. Now, if we put the low distribution bars on, that are these things right here, we put these low distribution bars here, and we tighten it up to the white tape up to there. Those are 1,400 pound bars. It brought the rear axle weight to 3,580, and the steer axle put more weight back on the steer axle, which would be 3,300 pounds, which is where we were at originally, from about 60 pounds more than the way it sits empty on the steer axle. So that kept balanced our weight and brought our rear axle weight down to being legal. Now, what all that does is that puts our gross vehicle weight at 6,880 pounds. Now remember, we only had a gross vehicle weight rating of 7,100 pounds stock factory condition. So it only leaves us 220 pounds left. We got those big 4 doors, a 6-foot bed, but we can only add 220 pounds to that vehicle. Now granted, my brother-in-law or my nephew was in there. He's about 200 pounds. Take him out, that gives us 440 pound capacity. Girlfriend weighs about 98 pounds, put her back in there, that puts us down to about 340 pounds of capacity left. So depends on how much ice chest you want to take, if you want to take any more people with you. So you got to be careful how you load it and exceed your truck's limitations on suspension wise. Towing power, we're in good shape. We got 10,300 pounds of towing capacity, and we're only towing 7,200 pounds. So, but we're carrying 1,000 of it, so that's what's limiting us to here. So we got all the power in the world. We put the cruise on at 60 miles an hour, went up White Oak Mountain, which is about, 4 or 5% grade. Truck never geared down, truck never broke a sweat, never lost a step. So the truck is a monster. It just does not have the suspension package on it. Speaking of suspension, with all that tongue weight, there's not much travel here in the rear end. It dropped at about 2.5 inches, and that is on the bump stop. So there's not much travel there. Put the low distribution bars on it. We got 1.5 inch drop out of it. That's all we got. I may tighten those up some more and get that drop down to about 1 inch. So 1 inch is not bad of a sag. It does a little bit to the headlights up front, but 1 inch is manageable and not bad. You could add airbags, but again, what happens is people add airbags to these things to get the ride up, but not having any consideration what that does to the weight. If you'll keep in mind, our weight rating was way too high, so had we not have scaled it, we've been way over our gross axle weight rating. It would have been very unsafe going down the road when you hit dips or whatever, and you're putting a lot of stress on your axles and all your components and everything. So it's a good idea to go to a cat scale, weigh your setup, know what your weights are, and be mindful of how you load the unit when you do load it. Now this is a front bedroom, so but the only thing that'll be up there is clothing, which won't add that much tongue weight. The kitchen's directly over the tandems, and the bathroom has a lot of storage back there in the back. So whatever pots and pans, canned goods will be loaded on the axles, and we have room to go there. The tires are rated for 2,500 pound each, 4,400 pound axles, so we've got room to add cargo onto the trailer, and the truck can pull the trailer. We just can't load anything from here forward and put any more down pressure on the truck, and watch what we haul in the bed of the truck. And the passengers involved, we'll have to, I guess, scale everybody that goes on there. But I mean, this truck will be fine to pull this setup for weekend warriors, right? Now, if we were going to be full timers and take this thing to Alaska, I'd probably want to go get rid of that. I probably wouldn't stop it to 3/4 ton. Just go ahead and get to 1 ton and be done with it. And so I'm hoping to put 100,000 miles in this truck, pulling that just around, getting our feet wet. We got a trip planned this next weekend. Nickajack Lake is about 40 miles from here. A little good break-in period. And then plan on taking it to Gatlinburg, and hopefully plan on taking it to Florida this winter. So that truck will do fine. We are within our specs, know that we waited and we know where to be and know how to set the bars, so it will be fine. Yes, a 3/4 ton diesel or a 1 ton diesel would be ideal for pulling a camper, but again, I see people pulling campers with less vehicle. So you just got to know, knowledge is power, man. So the key is knowing how to load it, what you got to work with. We know we're bumping it, so we know we're stuck at 220 pounds. So if you throw an ice chest in here, just make sure it's not full of a lot of cans of Pepsi or Mountain Dew, you know. So try to be mindful of what you put here. If you're going to add a lot of weight, throw it behind those axles back there, which will also help take some of this tongue weight off. So we will always scale it every now and then because we have the Cat Scale app, and we're well familiar with Cat Scales. We've been using them for 20 years, and I don't mind spending the $11 for the Cat Scale ticket to get a good baseline weight. So there's that. Now this Hinsley Hitch, oh my gosh, man, I had that 29-foot toy hauler hooked up to my half-ton Dodge, and that thing would wiggle, you know. Going down the road, you'd see it'd do this number, and it would scare me to death. And the girlfriend's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I said, you know, because I couldn't handle the wiggle, because I drove a tractor trailer for 20 years, and I could drive with one hand, my pinky, eat a bologna sandwich, pick my nose all at the same time, and be fine. This thing would wiggle, and it would just make me a nervous wreck. So I knew when I bought this, did some research, and that Hinsley Hitch, oh my gosh, man, it locks that thing up and makes it straight as an arrow. You can just drive down the road 70 miles an hour, one hand on the wheel, and just relax, because that hitch does its job. You can swerve, change lanes, like if there's a gator in the road or a deer runs out in front of you, or a car stops in front of you, something happens, but you can swerve into their lane and make an emergency maneuver, and that trailer just swerves over and just flows perfectly behind the truck as it should. So it was well worth the expense. They are pricey. I found that one on eBay used, and it was well worth every penny I paid for it. So you guys look that up. I'm not sponsored by Hinsley. I bought that out of my own pocket, but I did find it on eBay and went with that. So phenomenal choice. Phenomenal choice. But anyway, there you go, guys. Hope that helped with some of you future people think about getting into towing a what they call a half-ton towable. I don't know if there's really such a thing unless you stay below 6,000 pounds, because what you're doing is you're exceeding your suspension weight ratings of your truck. The truck will pull whatever, but it's also got to carry it. So anyway, so I hope that wasn't too boring for y'all. I appreciate y'all watching, and if you do get your camper, and hopefully we meet up at the campground sometime, we'll throw some steaks on the grill, and open up a cold one, and talk camping. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up. See you on the next one.
I'm gonna take it back.